not getting high. I ended up, dude, drinking. So I basically I stopped getting high, but then I started telling myself, well, I can drink. Like I'll be okay if I drink. Like, and there was a bar. It was, and I'll always remember it. It was 5100. It was a mile from my house. So I'd go to this bar, hang out there, got like involved in a dart league, not because I played darts, but because it was a reason to go to the bar. It was like, all right. And so I was drinking while waiting for sentencing, while doing outpatient. And just couldn't I could get like a few days tops. Like it would be like, oh, I have 2 days sober. I have, 3 days sober. And eventually ended up going to jail just kind of like that. Like it was like, okay, I think I hadn't had a drink maybe for 24 hours and went to jail. And that was my first time in. So then that 3 months in jail, got sober. That was how I did it initially. And then out of jail, I did well on the bracelet, man. That was one thing I can give myself credit for. I didn't have any issues. I actually got myself set up for grad school even while I was on the bracelet to go for community counseling. So
And for those who don't know, the bracelet is your house arrest bracelet.
yeah, exactly. Yep, thank you. Yeah. So did well with that, got off of it, but right when I got off of it, it was like I had met this girl well in recovery, and she liked to smoke, just liked to party, was kind of like, I'm here because I got in a car accident, don't really want to be here. And I was like, okay, well, you're good looking, I'm now divorced, like this will work out. So we started going out for a little while. We'd go out, drink, get all sorts of drunk and stupid, go back, hook up, and that was the relationship I had with her. Then one night I decided, oh, I should really preface this. So I'm bipolar. And I didn't know that, like, I
So
didn't find
wait,
out
you weren't
though.
medicated. You were
No.
bipolar and not medicated.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
that's a huge difference.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So I had no idea. Like I thought I suffered from like depression all my life, but never really recognized the manic highs. Like everyone thought I was just the fun guy. Like, oh, like when he goes out, he goes out. Like not realizing some of these were like myths of manic episodes.
What was the
So,
stressor? Because like I was engaged to somebody, she was bipolar and schizophrenic, and I know, and my current wife, I don't have a fucking thing for bipolar,
yeah,
but my wife's bipolar, and there's always a stressor,
yeah.
so
In my life, it was really, I think, the stress I put on myself. Like
okay.
especially having like the failed career, and then just like I put so much stress on myself to do recovery perfect. Like it was like I wanted to be a student of recovery. It was like everything that my counselor told me I did, and it was like I just looked at it like almost like school. I'm like, well, if I do this, I do this step, I do this, I work through the steps, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna like excel in recovery. And it was such a shitty way to kind of approach it because I wasn't all in. And without being all in, you're not gonna make it happen for yourself.
Yeah,
So
you have
so
to shrink
really
your ego, not inflate your ego.
Dude, thank you. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. So one night I'm super manic. I haven't slept in like a day and a half, almost 2 days, and it's like not quite midnight. I already took my whatever I was taking to sleep at the time. I don't know if it was like Lunesta, it was something. Um, and it wasn't working. So I went out to the garage, was working on some project that I hadn't touched in like who knows how many months. Just like a total like bipolar thing. Like all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I'm gonna pick this up, do this in the moment, like, and that just wasn't getting it done. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the bar. And I remember that night because they were running a Long Island special. So I
Okay.
got to the bar, I'm like, yeah, dude,
Long
exactly.
LATs were like so dangerous for me because you could just suck them down so quickly. And if
Yup.
you're friends with a bartender, they're gonna be heavy-handed too with the pours.
Yeah, and I'm in Wisconsin too, so straight up, it's heavy-handed to begin with.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like, yeah. So I get to the bar around midnight, talk to some of the locals that I knew from being in there from time to time, and basically just started downing Long Islands. Like, I know how I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm going to take as many Long Islands down as I can before bar close. I think in my book I wrote I had six. I don't know. I probably had like 6 to 8 in 2 hours. Like, who knows? Like, you lose track. You don't count. You're just like, okay, I'm here. It's a concept. Like, and I was just giving it. Like, it's full go. Let's see how many we can get in. And after that, I drove home. On my way home, I crashed my car coming into my neighborhood, hit a curb, tried to drive off the curb, realized like the front clip by the tire was all fucked up. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be able to drive this. Got out, kind of was like, okay, I got to collect my shit. Now walk home. Was like, I'm going to take a piss on this guy's grass first. Decided to go on the side of his house, pissed. Then I threw up. I don't know if I made myself throw up or if I just threw up. Who knows? Um, Wandering back to my car was like, oh, I'm gonna throw up again. Leaned up against a car in the driveway, set off a car alarm. So at that point in time, and I'm on probation. I should say that too, from being under house arrest. With the misdemeanor charges, I had 3 years probation. That's part of like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm on paper and set off this dude's car alarm, and I'm like drunken, stupid, like, oh shit, I gotta hide. Like, fuck. So
Yeah.
I hop into this other car that's parked in the neighbor's driveway. Just get in there, try to like hunker down. I hear this guy come outside. He's swearing like, "What the fuck, you fucking kids! I'm gonna fucking kill you!" All this shit. He's got a flashlight. He's walking around looking at his car. I'm trying to like hunker down in the seat. I'm 6 feet 220. Like, here I am trying to like get small. Not gonna happen.
Was it a what
Dude,
kind of was it a mag light? Was
yeah,
it
yeah,
okay?
oh
I
yeah,
could I
oh
could
yeah.
just imagine a big mag light in his hand, like
Oh,
coming out.
giant,
Yeah.
like one of the big D cell ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
so dude sees me, comes over to the car, starts swearing at me, knows his neighbors, is like, get the fuck out of their car. And I'm like, no, man, I'm your neighbor. I live, and I was his neighbor. I live just up the street, but he's not having it. As I get out of the car, he said I lunged at him. I'm pretty sure I just took a drunken stumble. And he proceeded to hit me with the mag light. So I got cracked anywhere from 3 to 4 times with one of those big mag lights. Fractured my skull in 3 different places. This whole left side of my face is all titanium now. They had to
Wait.
rebuild that.
Wait. Start that over again, because
Okay.
the lips caught off at the worst
Oh,
time for that.
okay.
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 So the guy comes out. He hit you. Start from he hit you 3 times.
Yeah, he hit me 3 times, basically as hard as he could with the mag light. Got a hand up one of the times, but pretty much caught them all to the face. Ended up fracturing my skull in 3 different places. And like I said, this whole side of my head is titanium now. Like, I have 3 titanium plates that hold everything together. So I got knocked out, and then the
Is
worst
that
part is,
is that the brain
what?
injury that caused
Yeah,
disability? Okay.
yeah, that is. So basically, I'm out, I'm on the ground, and then in the police report it says he hit me one last time as hard as he could in the back of the head. And I'm pretty sure that's the one that did all damage on top of it. Yeah, I don't
Yeah, because
remember it.
it knocks
Yeah,
everything like fucking out
yeah,
of whack. Like,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
yes,
jarring your brain this way 6 times and then one
yeah,
last, and then yeah, man.
yeah.
Holy shit. So that's 2013?
Yeah, that's 2013.
Okay.
So, so I ended up, well, police come. I end up getting a disorderly conduct. And then at first they tried to say I was trying to steal the vehicle that I got in. Well, my lawyer got that tossed right away. He's like, dude, he wasn't trying to steal a vehicle. He was, yeah. But disorderly conduct, which wouldn't have been that big of a deal if I wasn't on probation. But